First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching His word in truth and sincerity. And to you ribs, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order, I say to you all, Shalom. I saw this video and this is pretty much the mindset of a self-willed woman that is being pushed, man. Like this attitude, this whole ideology, this whole mindset is being pushed by Esau, right, for many years. But right now, it is at its highest, man. Here we are. First, the caption says, she documented all the men she had since 2024 started. Mind you, I don't know how old this video is, but we are in month 4. Month 4. Right, this lady had probably at least 10, 15 guys within 3 months. That's 5 guys a month if you average it out. Right, that's just throwing wild numbers out there, not accurate but that's like a guy and a half a week, which is nasty, man. Her box must smell like hot dog water. And if you see the expressions on all these men's faces, man, like they don't even know. They probably think she's somewhat solid, like she ain't that bad. Like, you would think that like men are bad, for the most part, but women are up there, man. Right? They lost the care. Right? Back in the days, our grandmas have a lot of self-respect. For the most part, they had decency, but now everybody's chasing a bag. So morals are out the window. Morals don't get you paid. Morals don't don't buy you a bag, don't buy you shoes. This is that stripper prostitute mentality. This is Sirach 26:10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. Right? These women from a real young age should have been set straight by the father figure, which was basically removed by Esau strategically through Section 8 programming and food stamps and whatnot, which they incentivized the women for being single. Right? This is done strategically, man, to target Jakes first and foremost, but then it backfired. It hit Esau as well and other nations, but mostly this was to target Jake. Right? We don't have a father to set these females straight. Right? Why we gotta set these women straight? Because it says here, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Right? Picture a daughter who's raised by a mother, which the mother has to pay bills, cook, clean. Right? Eventually these kids become a burden to her day-to-day life, you see, because she's so busy trying to take care of the bills, the house, right, to make sure everybody's fed, and then possibly have some type of leisure time at the end of the day to herself, right? So it makes it impossible for her to build relationships and even moral anything with their daughters, right? So what do? They say, yeah, go to your friend's house, just get them out the way, right? So then now what? Now they got much liberty, heavily influenced, no daddy, right? The house feels incomplete, so they act promiscuous, overindulgence. Verse 11, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Right? Sometimes you gotta watch, or meet the parents of a female that you're dealing with sometimes. If you decide that that's what you want to do, which I don't recommend. Right? It's best, like Paul said, just to be unmarried. Right? Focus on the mission. Right? But if you burn, like the scriptures say, if you burn, you got to do it. Make sure you be wise about it. Meet the parents. See how the mother is. See the mother's morals. Right? Be around the parents more, because this gives you an idea as to how the child will be like. Because, usually the child's worse than the parents. Verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he has found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. Right? That's what that woman was doing. Right? A man and a half a week. I don't know what she gets out of it. I don't know if they're paying her meals or definitely has some type of daddy issues. It says, by every edge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. That's pretty nasty. Right? A bunch of men just dumping seeds in this woman. I believe Science had put an article that the DNA stays within the woman, right? And a lot of these men's DNA is in these women, and that's how they act all crazy, man. They act like they have multi-personalities because of this, and this is becoming a norm. Right, it started back in the days, slowly but surely. People like Madonna, right? Because even back then, people not all the females was really like accepting Madonna like that. She was basically somebody that people like either admired or were disgusted by. Right? I mean, you can see what Madonna's doing nowadays. She's still the same thotty at 60 years old, whatever she is. Right? That bitch should not change. But now it's like what she does nowadays is normal. Like, this is what everybody's doing. It's a normality now. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and 19. Now the works of the flesh are evident. Right? When somebody's moving in the flesh, you could just tell. Right? Super carnal, self-centered, no moral, no standards. Right? It says now the work of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, impurity, sensuality. Right? This is rampant right now in our communities, causing a lot of distrust and micro relationships where a relationship nowadays lasts like 3 months, if that. Right? And if it does last a few years, it comes with a lot of problems, a lot of headaches, things of that nature. This is Jude chapter 1 verse 7. Just as Sodom and Gomorrah and the surrounding cities, which likewise indulge in sexual immorality and pursued unnatural desire, right? Because in Sodom and Gomorrah, they were just having sex with anybody in the streets, and man laying with man, and promiscuity. That place was to be set as an example for our learning today as what not to do, man. It says served as an example by undergoing a punishment of eternal fire, right? That place is non-existent or uninhabited till this day, man. And they still have sulfur residue out there. You can look this stuff up. Right, these places were set for our learning. This is Proverbs chapter 30 and 20. Such is the way as an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and said, I have done no wickedness. Right, this is what her attitude is, man. If Yahushua was to come in front of her right now, right, she would probably try to cling to Christianity, because in that religion you could practically do whatever you want and think you're gonna make it. Like this is the whole of Christianity, man. Not to go off topic, right? They all wipe their mouth clean, from whatever sin they do, and saying that I can do no sin. Right? This is the attitude of women nowadays. But I ain't gonna go too deep into it, man. I hope this lesson was edifying, right? I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. And to you, ravens, to you sisters out there, learning silence and staying in order, I say to you all, Shalom.